Yes, we want to play first. Yes, we want to mulligan.
Damn it.
It's a pretty good hand if we had, you know, a swamp instead of the Banshee.
Uh-huh.
But yes, we want to mulligan. We do have 17 land in here. We can cast our ghoul.
And just sit and spin?
Yeah. Okay. We're aggressively mulliganing. There we go. This I will keep.
Okay.
Because if all we do for however many turns is put hatchling counters on this guy and sit there, we at least are doing something.
Sure.
We'll get to 4 cards. No. No, we don't.
Which one of those was a swamp? That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I don't disagree.
You lose. Damn it.
Okay.
You think he's gonna do something to it? I think he's gonna do something to it.
Yeah, probably silent departure it when we get to 4 counters.
I was gonna go with just
Brimstone volley.
yeah, just brimstone volley it.
That can happen too.
Not dick around with it. Just like no, I don't want it anywhere near the table anymore.
And we'll play that, so we can throw our swamps in the graveyard.
Good call.
Yep. But hey, we got rid of a Banshee, which we weren't going to be able to cast for.
1,000 years.
Yeah. And if he uses all of his burn on this, we can throw that Call to the Kindred on that scab and
Go to town, right?
right. If he doesn't Geist Flame it immediately. Is there a hex-proof zombie?
Not that I know of.
If we could get a hex-proof zombie, then Call to the Kindred could be pretty sweet.
What's this bullshit?
Okay.
I'm getting a little pissed off, John. Not like enough to be upset, really. Just a little though.
Now, we don't have to do this on our turn, right? No, we don't. It's not must be done as a sorcery, so we can fake that we have something like a Think Twice. That's right. Hatchling counter number 1. 4 more of those, and look out. Now, if we draw 2 swamps in a row,
We pretty good
which is highly unlikely, but if we did,
Well, one swamp. I'll take that.
on our way. This feels a lot like
A trap?
Sea Kite, but
I don't know that it's really a trap.
right, if he does it, we could follow it up by dead weighting it to kill
Sure.
it. And he didn't. So then maybe Ghoul, yeah. I don't really think that's worth targeting because he'd just return it in response.
Mm-hmm. Definitely want to wait until he's out of mana.
Right. And now he's going to...
He's gonna really think about it. Like, really gonna think about it. So, okay, is it just me? Okay, I guess it's an instant. That would be the upside of it versus divination.
Divination. Yep.
Because divination just seems like a better card.
Right.
You spend 3, you get 2 cards. It costs you twice as much.
The biggest thing in this format that I like about Think Twice is to screw them on their werewolves.
Sure.
Like, they pass the whole turn thinking...
And then you draw a card.
Yep. And you draw a card at the end to just kind of surprise them. Okay. What's coming up next? Now, is this... Okay, when it deals combat damage to a player. So, if we put dead weight on it...
It would never deal combat damage.
Right.
Well...
And
or you can just victim it.
If I get a second swamp.
Sure.
But I think I'll just attack. He'll probably block the scab. Or not.
He thinks you're tricky. He doesn't understand how little you like that scab.
But we'll do that anyway. He just wants to steal our test subject, since he's already on 2 counters and he has a way to
feed it.
Yep. So if he has a silent departure, he could use it on his own creature. Otherwise, I don't think there's any enchantment removal in blue. And there's not, that I can think of, pump. I mean, you could get equipment. That would be a way to get him up to where he can deal damage again. And this, okay, at the beginning of your upkeep. Next turn, we'll be able to flip this guy if he doesn't kill him.
Neat.
Yeah. 13/13 Trampler would pretty much go through everything he has
and kill him.
And kill him. So he may be getting... If he has a good burn spell, he's going to be using it right now on him. So we might be able to call to the Kindred next turn. Gosh, it's fun to play with dumb rares that you never get to use.
Well, every once in a while, you don't take them, and then they're there anyway.
Yep.
Because, they're a stupid card. Why would you ever play with those?
I can't think of a reason.
Oh, maybe if you have an ass ton of zombies.
Right. But why would you draft a deck like that? I don't know.
Because we got a captain when we didn't want him.
Yeah. We tabled a captain after taking a vampire. So apparently he's still...
This guy's play is odd. Not bad, just
right.
It's different than what I'm used to.
So he probably is waiting for me to use the triggers.
And then he'll do something?
Right. And then in response to the next one going on the stack, he'll burn it if he can.
Probably. He's got 6 cards. You'd think he'd have something.
Right. Fling for 2.
Okay.
And then he has to Geist Flame or Harvest Pyre, removing the cards that he just threw into his graveyard. Yep.
Wow, that was a lot of cards on his part. I mean, he had to.
Right. But I'm glad we put him at that position, because now when we call to the Kindred, he really might not have any burn to answer it.
Yeah.
Although there'd be something to be said for
getting him out,
putting it on that,
because he's tough.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a little slower, but
yeah.
We'll see what he does now. What do?
He's down to 8, and he has a -1/1 flying creature.
So we get a life every time he attacks, right? That's the way that works.
It should work that way.
He's like giving you soft pets. You're like, oh,
yeah. It's kind of a massage.
Oh, I feel so much better. Thanks, Soul Seeder.
Okay, so instead he has a hill giant under a different name that actually is pretty good against us. I could put that out. That also has a 4.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter which one I remove.
him to sweat the potential of the 1313 sitting in a graveyard, right?
Yep. It could come back. You don't know.
Well, that pretty much shuts him down.
Okay, so bad thing about playing the Stitch Drake, if he has a Geist Catcher's Rig, it could be over. Instead, he has a Stitch Drake of his own. Way to make
Some wobbled wings.
Okay, fair enough. Down to one card. That's what we wanted you to do, because I'm going to feel pretty comfortable.
Damn it!
That's not bad either. But this,
you gotta go with it?
this is just too good. You know, I want to see.
You want to see it work?
I want to see it work.
Number of zombies we got in there.
Right, and it's 5 cards. Which is,
we may not find one, but there's a real good chance we do.
yeah, and if it goes off twice, or, I mean, if it goes off,
you know what we haven't found yet, even.
Yeah, our Goliath.
The Goliath is somewhere in this.
Oh, yes, that. Okay, so if he can deal 10, except I'll be able to block with something if I want to. If he does that, then okay. So I probably have to chump on that guy.
Yeah. Stupid big vampire that we didn't take. Come on. Ah, Stitch Drake.
Yep. I'll take that. And Muller or Captain?
Captain.
Alright.
The +1/+1 puts it so that our Stitch Drakes do not trade with his 4/4. And they will kill his Stitch Drake.
Right. And we're at this point, let's see. I think I send in the Screeching
Scab.
Just to see if we can get.
I think he blocks.
He's probably waiting until he can use his Stitcher's Apprentice to do it. But he's getting dangerously close to where just the zombies dying with the Captain trigger.
Sure.
Get us there. Victim of Night could kill this guy if he
We
keeps the wings on it.
Just see one more swamp.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, we've got 4 land. Now we just dumped 4 in our graveyard or something. But, oh well.
Okay, there goes another guy. And yes, we want to use that ability.
Scab Goliath! It worked!
Now we also have the Unbreathing Horde there, but
I think that the Goliath is bigger than the Horde.
right, the Horde would be
1,
5/5, but it would not have trample.
Yeah. Whereas the Goliath is a block of awesome.
Right.
A 7/10 creature for free.
Because of Call to the Kindred.
That's right.
Oh, it's kind of hilarious. Okay. So then what do I want to attack with? I think I want to attack with maybe this Stitch Drake. We'd have to double block, our guy would die, and then cast a Geist so we have another flying blocker.
Sure.
I think that's my best bet.
Oh, that is another option.
Right. And then he'll Stitcher's Apprentice in response to the block, to the chump. But I don't know, he's loading all up. Huh. So I could do that and that to kill 2 flying things.
I see no reason not to. I mean, you aren't going to kill the wolves.
Right.
Is that how it needs to be?
Yeah, it would be deal damage to that, then to that, then to that. So we'd get 2 things dead. Our thing dies. His thing still has flying, and he can put flying on a second thing. But I think the number of creatures is more relevant than.
And he takes a point of damage.
Right.
Does it say
He loses 1 life when
you control? Okay. That would be super awesome. It was whenever another zombie dies. Oh, your opponent has zombies.
Yep.
Screw you!
They're really out of luck. Okay. And then he's probably, or maybe thinking to himself, oh good, I'm going to be able to put something in the air to do something. And I say no.
I say nay, sir. Nay.
And this guy's a 7/10 trampler.
Yeah, that's a bit of all right.
And we may be getting another zombie for free next turn, because every 5 cards it seems like we have
a couple zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah! He was like, crap.
Okay. So yeah, we would have either gotten the Walking Corpse,
Or the walking corpse.
and in the next group we would have gotten.
Hey, we would have actually drawn a swamp. Not that it would have done us much good, but we could have killed that assistant.
There wouldn't have been anything in that group of 5, and then we're back to the end. It doesn't matter. We won before we ran out, and it worked really well. So let's not screw with it. We'll just try.
Considering we mulliganed twice,
Yeah.
and even then we had 4 land at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, we could not have even paid the mana cost for the Goliath.
Yeah. No, for a very bad start, and for a game where he had 2 cards in hand to be able to play to kill our hatchling or whatever
Yep.
before it went off, we were able to survive and take over. Now that Warlord
It's
almost
annoying.
got us.
Yeah, that's a good card.
That is.
Which probably points to the Crossway Vampire being better than I give it credit for.
Yeah. I think Crossway Vampire is better than you give it credit for because of all of the vampires that get the +1/+1 because of
Mhm.
Ricochet and all of that. Because even getting in a single hit with a lot of those.
Can drastically change how survivable they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's switching, putting in all of his Grave Brambles.
That'd be a heck of a switch around for that. Black, red, blue, red. I'm gonna play white, red.
Oh yeah, that's.
Is that pretty solid?
Yeah, we don't want to mulligan that at all because it's this to maybe pitching something to that. We have both colors available to us.
Hey, we just need one more black and we're pretty much so. Oh my
Ooh,
god.
and we have that instead as our turn 2. Or we play this guy and then turn 3 we can put 2 counters on him.
True.
That might be the wiser move.
Yeah, the ghoul, if you get it on the first turn,
Mm-hmm.
if you have it in your opening hand, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not as good as that stupid strangle.
Oh, and he killed it. Yeah. Now we can cast our Stitch Drake. Yeah, that Strangle Root Geist.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though he costs 2 with the haste, he's attacking at the same time he can, and the Undying is much more relevant. Okay. Yeah, I think we go Stitch Drake.
Aggressiveness is aggressive.
Yeah, this guy would be aggressive, but he could Geist Flame to kill him. This guy is too defensive, and yeah, that's a
That's
negative.
Well,
But he was going to use it on something.
he was going to use it on something, and that's all he did.
Right. So now, do I want to go Armored Scab or Screeching Scab? Screeching Scab will probably make him use his Geist Flame next turn. But that would be all he did. I think I go Armored Scab, because if we get one more land, we can do both of those guys
Sure.
the turn after. And we did pitch creatures so we can cast our Drake again.
Our Banshee has had terrible luck.
Yep. But in this deck, being in the graveyard serves a purpose as well.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so... the ghoul is just chewing him up, though.
Yep.
Not as happy to see that.
No. But if he doesn't have a way to kill our guys, then it won't untap. And he's down to 3 cards. I definitely don't want to play anything that can get killed by a Geist Flame.
Yeah. Well, you have to, man.
That's not an option.
Alright.
Okay, so you don't have something in the air. At least not currently. So I feel comfortable swinging with the Stitch Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 lines of thought. Test subject, put a counter on it this time. Next turn, put 2 counters on it. Next turn, it flips, and we're attacking with it. Or Geist, get it out, dealing 2 a turn. I think Geist is a better play.
At the moment, considering what he has and how little he has left in hand, I tend to agree.
Because if he doesn't have an answer to the flight, we can end the game pretty quickly that way anyway.
Mm-hmm. If we can pull one more black,
Right.
which will be the first time we've seen 2 black in a game.
But if we could, then we just kill the Juggernaut, and then we say, what the hell, you know? Kill whatever you want.
Hey!
There we go. So we'll attack with this. This still could be... I mean, he's at 2 cards, so he might just not have anything, but it could be Sea Skite or some other shenanigans.
So...
Do I just Death Caress this and basically call it, or do I wait till next turn, see if he plays a flyer, and then kill that?
You know, at the moment, I say hold it.
Right.
I mean,
Put out
it's tapped until it comes becomes untapped, I see little reason to
Right.
worry about it.
Yep. And as long as we have Death's Caress in our hand, we have an answer to any threat.
Yeah.
Any single threat.
Any single threat that is not a regenerator.
Okay. Now that's going to be a pretty good play on his part, because he'll kill our Drake, which will untap his Juggernaut.
Probably should have just killed it. Oh well.
Okay. Always kill it later. Okay. So he's going to attack with both of those. If I block with my Armored Scab, he will then Geist Flame
To kill it.
to kill it. But I think I block with both of them to kill his guy as well, and then we just kill this guy with.
Alright.
We don't care that he untaps because our plan is to kill him anyway. And he would at that point be tapped out. Although I guess he's probably just going to kill the ghoul now and won't have to use his Geist Flame. But still. Now we'll have a Scab which can block his Slayer.
Mm-hmm. Get thee to a nunnery. And we gain 5 life, right?
No, because he's not a human.
Oh, dang.
I considered killing him because we'd gain life, but this guy's still a threat.
Yeah.
Now, if he has a fling,
That would be annoying.
yeah, then I would guess he would kill the test subject, unless he just did it to our face. Not sure what he's thinking.
Can I win? With the one card in my hand.
Saving Grasp. So that was an answer of sorts. He may be dead by the time he can cast it and get it to attack and get anything from it, but
Alright, so got lots of zombies in our graveyard to pull out.
yes, the Slayer. I'm going to go ahead and block and let him use the Geist Flame to kill it. Or at least I think he'll use the Geist Flame to kill it. Because if he does, that suddenly makes this guy playable. We've drawn out his removal. And all we have to do is survive long enough. How many zombies do we have? 1, 2, 3.
3 at the moment.
If I play him, we'd be at 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I could play him, may pitch a couple more into the graveyard, may not, and then play him.
Yeah.
Okay, then attack with our Geist. He either needs a flying creature. I wouldn't be surprised if he used Saving Grasp on his own Slayer, but he only has 1 white. So he could return it, but he couldn't then cast it again this turn.
Sure.
So if he has a flying creature, I think he at least lives for another day. If one of those 2 cards is not a flying creature or the Cobbled Wings,
We got him.
I think we...
Unless he does something else.
Right.
Unless he has an answer. Huh.
Okay.
That's answer-ish.
It is. The Geist is the thing that you really wouldn't want me to be able to block with.
But you can't.
Well, I mean, is the thing that he wishes was up. Because, yeah, it's going to be... Those two can't block. This guy chumps on a Juggernaut.
He does 7.
Right. But he has a blue and a white, which does not lead me to believe that he has burn. Now, if he had life gain, that could also buy him a turn. Or if he had a flyer. There's no instant speed bounce other than Grip Tide, and that's too expensive.
Well,
Good
we'll find
games.
out. Sweet.
All right.
Yay!
We won the match, and we even played with Call to the Kindred.
It's only rock.
Yeah, it did. It pretty much won us game 1 there. And then game 2 we had a much better draw. And we're able
And he actually did better in game 2 when we had a better draw.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, not having a 7/10 creature hit the board for free slowed us down just a little bit. Not that we ever attacked with Goliath.
No,
He was just there looking menacing. I've got like 7 heads and 12 arms. I'm made out of all the pieces that nobody wanted anymore.
Yep. All the magic cards in the back of the box. Well, we'll see you in round 2.
Yeah.
And no, we're not going to play Fast Eddie because he lost. But Iced Mocha, and there's a possibility of Carnage or Ultra Pro. I wonder if Ultra Pro is pro.
He's really, really pro tour.
As ultra as you can get.